Alright, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've posted. I've been busy at my job. Speaking of my job, um, this video is kind of related. Uh, I don't remember if I ever put it on my channel, but I am a cook at a golf course. And I love it there. So, this video is going to be ranking Genshin Impact characters based on where I think they would fit in at my work. So, like, for example, uh, cook, server, host, hostess, cleaner, dish pit busser, managers, or fired. Um, so, this video is one, inspired by my work, and two, inspired by a person on YouTube called Kumax, Koomax. I like her videos a lot. She does a ton of different Genshin tier lists, like ranking characters based off of McDonald's workers and all kinds of stuff. I decided I want to start my own series like that, where I rank characters doing stupid stuff. Starting with one inspired by my work. Which, let me just add one more row here. Hold on. Add a row. That is our, like, uh, where we have the kitchen side, and then we have the golf side, and that would be the golf side. So, just gotta change the color so it's not all the same color. I don't like that color because then you can't see the words. There we go. All right. So we got cook, server, host, hostess, cleaner, dish pit, and obviously these are not like in order of the cook is the best or the managers are the worst. I'm the cook, so I'm a little biased, so I do think the cooks are the best. But just saying. Uh, Starting with, so we have every single Genshin character here, up to the newest character to release, which was Alonin. And this I'm recording this before Chaska comes out, so she's obviously not on here. Aloy is on here. I'm kind of just gonna shove her somewhere because one, I don't have her, and two, I've never played Horizon, which is where she's from. So she's probably just gonna get thrown somewhere. We'll do her last though, so that way we can worry about all the Genshin characters first. So, starting with Albedo. He is an artist. He does a lot of painting. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna add one more spot, and that's gonna be social media manager, or social media managers. I guess that's what they're called. Slash marketing, like ads and stuff, like bringing people in. So yeah. Albedo, let's see. I think he would be, let's see. He lives in the mountains. He's kind of isolated. He's by himself. A lot of the cooks are real isolated, like myself. He could be a cook. He's also an artist. I think he could be good with social media or the marketing stuff. Or for like the design portion of that. I'll hate them is a manager for sure. I don't think he would be anywhere else here. Amber, I think, is either a host or a server. I mean, a hostess or a server. I think hostess. She, greets you, seats you, and everything. Pretty good. Ayaka is, Ayaka's a server, I think. I think Ayaka could be a good server. Server, waitress, waiter, all that's together. At least it is at my work. In fact, at my work, we only have one front of house person that does all of it. So, like, at my work, the hostess/host is also the person at the cash register and also the person who serves, takes orders, everything. I split that up just to make it a little bit more normal for, like, a restaurant. But at my work, it's all together. So, but I'm gonna put Ayaka. So the hostess is the person that would seat you. The server is the one that takes your order and everything and all that. At least in this tier list. So I think Ayaka would be good at taking orders and running food out and stuff. Ayato, her brother. I foresee him working in the golf shop area. I think he could be over there giving out the golf balls, and the golf shop's also where you sign up to go golfing and stuff. I think he could do that. Let's see. Baiju. I can't speak today. Baiju is dish pit. Actually, no, fired. I'm gonna put him fired because he'd never get rid of that snake, and there's no animals in the kitchen. No animals. Health hazard. Although, I will say, since we do work on the golf course, we're also a nature preserve, so we have a lot of animals out there. We have found a snake in the hotbox room before, which is where we keep like the liquor and all that stuff. We have found a snake in there before. We had to get it out. So, maybe it was Baiju's snake. Barbara is for sure up there with Amber, hostess, big, bright, bubbly personality, bringing people in. You see that. Beidou got caught drinking on the job. Actually, no, because even though she would be caught drinking on the job, she's a captain of her own ship and everything, so I feel like she'd be a manager. And then she might get caught drinking on the job and still get fired, but I think she's a manager. Bennett would get fired for breaking something. Or falling in the fryer, or I don't know, something. It's so accident prone, he could not. I'm relatively accident prone, but Bennett is on a whole nother level. What's Candace? I don't want to put everyone in managers, but I feel like Candace is awesome. She runs the village, basically. Or not runs it, but she protects it and everything. Let's see. She could be she could work in the golf shop as well if I had to. Charlotte is for sure social media or marketing, like no questions. Chevrouse is a cook. With the amount of food and stuff she consumes, she could be a cook. Tartaglia, the man himself. I don't foresee him working. I feel like he'd get fired for doing something dumb. He'd like slap a customer or something. Yeah, that's how I foresee that going. Chongyun, I'd say he's a dish pit, busser, cleaning the tables and stuff. Couldn't be a cook because we have to try everything, and some of our food's kind of spicy, and he can't handle spicy, so yeah, no cook for him. Kale, I think she could also be a pretty good cook. I meant to put cook. I think she could rock it out in the kitchen with us. Sino is for sure marketing as well. All his jokes and everything, we'd have him on running our social media page. That'd be pretty good. Dea is I'm not sure. Dea is one of my favorite characters in Genshin. Actually, she was my favorite for a long time. And she's still like top 5. But that aside, let's see. I think she could be a cook. She could also be a manager. Let's come back to her. Diluc would be a manager. He runs the Dawn Winery. Like, that's pretty good. Actually, no, he's gonna be our bartender. We need to add a bartender, actually, now that I think about it. Oops, I did not mean to add 2 of those. Delete row. Yeah, now I think about it, we do need bartenders. So, because we do serve alcohol at our establishment. So, definitely need a bartender. And that is where Diluc's gonna go. He's gonna be our bartender. Fiona's also a bartender. Dory would get fired for stealing from the register. Easy. I'm still trying to think of where Dea could go. For now, let's put her as cook, and we can come back to it if we need to. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so we can see the whole thing. Eula would get fired for punching a customer or something as well. I will have vengeance. Like, she backtalk a customer or something, get fired. Farzan, I see her doing the same thing as Eula, actually. Fischl, while I do think she would get in trouble for back talking a customer. She wouldn't do it on purpose, and I also think that she could probably hold down her job a little bit more. I think she's gonna be a dish pit. Bremene is for sure dish pit. He's hiding in the back, cleaning, you know, stuff like that. Farina, hostess? Yeah, I feel like she could be a good hostess. Gaming, mascot? Should I add like a mascot tier? He's our mascot. Let's see. He could be a mascot. I feel like he'd be a good cook as well. We definitely need more servers, right? Because Gibby out there by herself. I think Ganya could be a server. Gaming though? For now, I'm gonna put him as... We'll include this to be mascot as well. And he is mascot material. Goro, manager, he pretty much runs the army while Kokomi's not around, so yeah. Detective Hazo. I think he'd be a good golf shop employee. I think he could work at our golf shop. Actually, no, I think he'd be a really good server. He'd be a really good server. He'd be over there. Because, I mean, him being a detective and everything, he's got to remember all the details and stuff. So, as a server, taking the orders and everything, he could remember all that. Ganyu does a lot of paperwork as well, so she could definitely handle being a server. Hu Tao, funeral parlor manager. She is a manager of a funeral parlor, so already a manager. Ito's getting fired. He's gonna do something stupid and get fired. Probably get Kuki fired at the same time when she tries to cover him. Jean. While Jean is the manager or the leader of the whole city, I think she would be... Yeah, she'd be a manager. Kaya is going to be a bartender as well, I think. He has enough experience with alcohol. He could be a bartender. Kave. Which that would be funny, having these three as bartenders. This one don't like alcohol. This one don't like this one. This one don't like this one. Yeah, that'd be a fun feud. This one don't like this one. So, yeah. Actually, I don't think she likes either of those two, because this one owns the winery and this one drinks a lot. She doesn't like alcohol at all, so... But she's still a bartender somehow, so I don't... Kave, architect. Social media and all that. He could design our social media pages. I feel like the architecture could kind of transfer over. Kazuha, his poetry and stuff, he'd be in the back, you know, just hanging out with us. We listen to a lot of music and everything, so he'd be in the back jamming out to our music and stuff. Kaching, she could work for... She could be a host or a hostess. We need a host, actually. We got all females up here. We need a host. Who's gonna be our male host? Lenny. Lenny's gonna be a host. Because, I mean, his old magician act and everything. They'd get up to the thing. He's like, you want to see a magic trick? Let me make this chair appear. And then he just makes a whole table and chairs appear for the customers. Kirara. Server, actually, because she basically brings packages back and forth in her job in Genshin, and in this job she'd be bringing food back and forth. So yeah, server, perfect. Klee would get fired for blowing something up. She'd be in the back working somehow, and she'd be one of the ones to throw ice in the fryer. Like, just, whoop, oopsie. Whole place is on fire now. Kokomi is a manager. Kuki is also a manager, because she has to manage Ito and all of them all the time. Let's see, Layla. I think she'd be in the back with these ones cleaning. Lisa. Server, I guess? I mean, she'd be a good hostess as well. But I think server. Annette. Aw. I will have you know, I don't know anything about Mika, so when we get to him... Sorry, don't know anything about him. Lynette. She can be with her other sibling from Renee cleaning. I think she'd be okay with that. Mika. Oh, I feel like you get fired for something. I don't know what Mika does, to be honest, but I don't know anything about Mika. I don't like his gameplay or anything, so I don't use him, and he doesn't have a hangout quest, so I don't know much about him. Mona is also getting fired for stealing money from the register, same as Dory, I think. Nahida is a manager as well. Her and I'll hate them are figuring out how to manage the whole place. Okay, but we have so many managers. I want to put Navia and Nervalette in the managers too, but I can't have all of them. Yeah, let's have Navia work golf shop, maybe? Let's see, what do the golf shop people do? Actually, you know what? We need to add one more category. And this is our... this is our... cart barn people. Cart barn people, they're the ones that return the golf carts and stuff like that. It's not what I meant to do. Yeah, they return all the golf carts and stuff like that. So we're gonna put, let's see, golf cart, and they also clean the carts and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to put cart barn. Let's see, is there anyone that would move to be in cart barn? I think Beta could be cart barn. They're kind of the underground people down there. Let's see. I think Huta would also be a good cart barn. Okay, Navia and Nervalette are managers. Now that we've freed up the manager slots a little bit. Nailu is social media or marketing or mascot, you know, one of those. Ningguang is a manager. Noelle is for sure dish pit or cleaner. That's what she does in Mondstadt. She cleans all the time and she is the maid knight. Chi-Chi would probably get fired for falling asleep or something, or not remembering someone's order. Yeah, well, we know Ryan can't be a cook. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, we know she can't be a cook. Let's see. I think she could be a good hostess, maybe. She could be a hostess. Razor is getting fired with Bennett. They're both doing something dumb. They're both gonna get themselves fired. Same time, probably same incident as well. They're like hanging out or something, and boom, there goes the dishwasher. Rosaria, she does not want to be there. I'm gonna do a subcategory of fired. No, let's see. Arrow below. I don't know where Rosario would go, actually. Let's come back to Rosario. Kudasara. Manager, I think? I think she'd be a good manager. Sayu is up here, Chi-Chi, falling asleep on the job. As volatile as Shenhe is, we do know she works in a restaurant with Xiangling. What does she do? She's a server, right? Or she's a server, right? We're gonna put her up with the servers. Sucrose is getting fired for blowing something up. Her and Klee blowing something up. Toma would be good in both cook and dish pit. I'm gonna actually add one more category. Or actually, we'll just do this category. Floater, and that is like they kind of play multiple roles, which is actually what I do. I play multiple roles. So I'm in the dish pit, I'm in the back. Sometimes I run food out for people. Yeah, I play a lot of roles, which I think Toma would do. Tignari, where are you going? Tainari does experiment with a lot of food, but usually it's random mushrooms and stuff that he should not be eating. We'll put him in golf shop because the golf shop also manages a lot of the grounds key. Or actually, I hate that we keep adding things, but like I keep thinking of things that we have at work and people and things that they fit. So I'm gonna put both him and oops, I accidentally modified that one. Him and her together. Grounds. Golf. Traveler, which we're putting Traveler together. So Aether, Lumine, same. I'm a Lumine player, by the way. But we're gonna put the Traveler together. I think they'd also be a floater because that's kind of what they do. They float from place to place. So yeah, Venti can be a bartender as well. Rosaria is gonna be a floater. Wanderer is gonna be probably fired, but we'll give him a chance. We'll say Nahid is able to keep him in line. He'll be in the back cooking with us, because if he's not in the back cooking, he's gonna get fired. Manager. Rise is a manager. Obviously, Xiangling's a cook, because like that's her whole thing. Shen Yun. Isn't Shen Yun good at cooking? Well, she does she makes all those machines and stuff. And she made like a popcorn machine and stuff. She'd be good for groundskeep, which includes maintenance and stuff. She'd be good for like taking care of all the equipment and stuff. I think that's where she's gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna move Risley groundskeep as well, because I think he'd also be good with the maintenance and stuff. I mean, or at least directing the people to take care of everything. Zhao would be a floater. He'd kind of float around and do things as needed. Jingcho, I feel like his books is very related to social media, right? I feel like, you know, all his books and stuff, if he was in modern day, he'd be like on social media a lot. So yeah, we'll put him there. Shinyan, same thing as Gaming, like mascot kind of thing, you know. Yai Miko, kind of want to put her in fired as well for like smartassing a customer as well, but no, I think she'd maybe make it through. I mean, she does run the bookshop. You know what? Bookstore, golf store, they're close enough. She could work in the golf shop. Yanfei, the lawyer. She'd make sure the legal side of our marketing and everything would be taken care of. Yao Yao. I don't know much about Yao Yao, I'm gonna be honest. Same thing with like Mika. I don't really know about her. I know she's friends with Chi Chi and everything. We'll put her as floater. Yeon will be a manager. Yoimiya is definitely a hostess. Like, very similar to Amber, with the whole bubbly personality and taking people's orders and stuff like that. Yunjin, put her with Chunyan. They could be our live in-house music, which we don't have, but because we don't have nearly enough customers for that. But if we did, they could be our live in-house music. You know, Chunyan and Yunjin could do music, and then Gamin could do the dances and everything, and Yunjin could dance as well while singing. So could Nailu. Nailu could do the dances. Got our whole little band right here. Shang Li would also probably be a manager, I feel like. Kinich would be a floater, you know, going place to place. I feel like that's what he does. I mean, yeah, definitely think he could. Mulani, same thing as Amber and Yoimi and all that. Definitely hostess, you know. Sethos. Ooh, another one I really don't know a lot about. I did sign no second story quest and everything, but I still don't know a lot about Sethos. We'll say floater. Kachina, dance mascot once more. But let's put her. I want to put her in the same category as everyone else with the dancing. Let's see. What else? Oh, she does do. She does have that drill that she made herself. I'm gonna put her up here. She could. These two can get along and do maintenance on all the machines. Which, dear God, I wish we had some smarter maintenance people. But anyway, manager. Archie would be a manager. Let's see. Clarend. Champion duelist. How does that translate to a... How does champion duelist translate to a restaurant? We don't have bouncers. So, we don't have security either. Where's Navi at? Navi? They're co-managers. They're package deal. Like my bosses. Good lord, the two of them. Chiori. I mean, she runs her own store. I think she could do the golf shop as well. Siegewein, our little medic nurse. We don't have on-site first aid people. We have a first aid kit, and that's it. So, where she's gonna go? And Solonen's a blacksmith, which she makes weapons and such. She's a blacksmith, which I have no idea how to translate that. Which Zolonen is one of my new favorite characters. You know, but both personality-wise and gameplay-wise, I really like Zolonen's gameplay. But I don't know where I put her. Emil does the perfume shop. I think she could do social media and marketing and stuff. I really have no idea where to place these last three. I think Aloy will just shove her as a floater. I think she could be a bartender or a cook. Because she does make those meals. Yeah, we'll put her as a cook. She makes those meals for the inmates. Which, they don't look great, but she says they have a lot of protein and everything, so maybe we can train her. She'd probably be better than half the ones we have in the kitchen anyway. And then last but not least, my girl Zolonen, which we'll say she could be a bartender. I think she could do bartender. Although she could also be live in-house music with these two for DJ sit. Yeah, well, she can be our live in-house music. So that is our complete list. There's some that I would move around, maybe, but I think that's pretty good, pretty accurate. If you guys have your own opinions, feel free to leave a comment in the description and tell me what you would change. I know my opinion's not going to be anywhere near what y'all's opinion is. And also, I know that I don't know a lot about some of the characters, like Mika and Aloy and Sethos, stuff like that. I don't know shit about them. But, you know, I know a lot about the other characters. So, yeah. That is our tier list. So, this has been The Winter Wolf. See ya!